South Korea's birth rate, a flicker of hope amid demographic crisis. By Azlan Adnan. South Korea, long grappling with the world's lowest fertility rate, has experienced a modest but symbolically important shift. For the first time in nearly a decade, the country has registered a slight rise in its birth rate, a development that offers a glimmer of hope in the face of profound demographic and socioeconomic challenges. A notable uptick in fertility. According to official figures released in early 2025, South Korea's total fertility rate, TFR, increased to 0.75 children per woman in 2024, up from a record low of 0.72 the previous year. While still far below the replacement level of STAT 2.1, this represents the first such increase in 9 years. The number of live births rose to 238,300, reflecting an increase of 8,300 births, or 3.6%, compared to 2023. The crude birth rate also ticked upward for the first time since 2014, reaching 4.7 births per 1,000 people. Demographers view this as a statistically modest, yet socially significant, reversal of a downward trend that has alarmed policymakers, economists, and sociologists alike. Government interventions and policy measures. The slight improvement in birth figures comes on the heels of sustained government efforts to reverse the nation's fertility decline. A broad array of incentives has been introduced in recent years, reflecting Seoul's recognition that low fertility poses an existential threat to the country's future economic vitality and social stability. Financial support has been central to these efforts. New parents receive cash allowances, and the government has substantially increased funding for assisted reproductive treatments, childcare subsidies, and maternity benefits. Meanwhile, labor market reforms aim to address the incompatibility of traditional work culture with family life. These include promoting flexible work arrangements, expanding paid paternity leave, and encouraging employers to adopt more family-friendly policies. At the local level, municipalities such as Gwangyang have introduced more targeted incentives. These include free housing for newlyweds, free or subsidized healthcare for young children, and marriage promotion campaigns, resulting in localized surges in both marriage and birth rates. Persistent structural challenges. Despite these initiatives, South Korea continues to face profound structural barriers that discourage family formation. Among the most cited is the high cost of housing and education, which makes raising children financially daunting for many young couples. The competitive and exam-driven education system, coupled with exorbitant private tuition costs, only exacerbates these concerns. Workplace pressures also play a significant role. South Korea remains infamous for its long working hours and rigid corporate culture, which often leave little room for work-life balance. This particularly affects women, who are frequently forced to choose between career advancement and motherhood. Gender inequality remains a persistent obstacle. Although South Korea has made strides in educational attainment and workforce participation for women, deeply entrenched social norms continue to place the burden of childrearing disproportionately on mothers. Many highly educated and career-oriented women choose to remain childless rather than sacrifice their professional ambitions. Looking ahead, the modest rise in the fertility rate in 2024 is a positive development, but experts warn against complacency. Without a dramatic and sustained transformation in the social, economic, and cultural structures that underlie fertility decisions, any recovery in birth rates is likely to be fragile and temporary. If current trends continue unabated, projections suggest South Korea's population could halve by the end of the 21st century, with profound implications for economic productivity, labor supply, and national security. The country has already become a global case study in how rapid economic modernization, when unaccompanied by sufficient social adaptation, can lead to demographic collapse. Ultimately, reversing South Korea's fertility decline will require more than just financial incentives. It calls for a societal reimagining of gender roles, labor practices, housing policy, and the very nature of success and family in the 21st century. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again, its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.